A very good afternoon to you. You're with News First. This is your lunchtime news bulletin. I'm Saturanga Hapuarachi. Let's take a look at the headlines first.
Girl serving jail term for damaging the mirror wall in Sigiriya released on a presidential pardon. Another suspect arrested over the homicide of the Ratgama Pradesh Sabha chairman. Minister Vijay comments on the ruling party. Nepal quake death toll tops 5,500.
On to those stories in detail. The girl from Sittandi Batiklo, who was serving a jail sentence for damaging the mirror wall in Sigiriya, was released from prison today. She was released after President Maithripala Sirisena pardoned her. The girl was arrested and produced in court for damaging the mirror wall in Sigiriya with the use of a hairpin on the 14th of February. Magistrate of Dambulla, Sanjeeva Ramekumara, handed down a 2-year prison sentence. Our correspondent said that she was released from the Anuradhapura prison this morning.
What I did was wrong. I will not do such things again. Not only me, no one else should do things like this. A number of individuals helped me. I thank all of them, including the parliamentarians. I have to thank the President in a special manner for my freedom.
The President pardoned and released my sister of the wrong she committed. I thank the President and all the human rights activists who supported me. My sister was released thanks to their support. The procession carrying the sacred relics to the Sigiriya Vesak zone, jointly organised by the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited and John Keel's Holdings, commenced its journey to Colombo from the Riddhi Viharaya in Kurunegala. Subsequent to the Theva ceremony performed on the Sarvakna relics of Lord Buddha at 7 this morning, the procession commenced its journey from the Riddhi Viharaya. The procession reached Nitambua, passing the Thalgodapitiya junction and Dibba Gamua. Devotees dressed in white were gathered on either side of the road to pay homage to the sacred relics. You're with News First. In one of our headline-making stories, a suspect along with a firearm believed to be the murder weapon in the homicide of the late chairman of the Ratgama Pradesh Sabha, Manoj Pushpakumara, has been arrested by the police. The office of the police media spokesperson says that the suspect was arrested last evening by the Hikkadwa police. The suspect is a 21-year-old from Telvatta. Previously, 5 suspects were arrested over the homicide of the chairman of the Ratgama Pradesh Sabha and were remanded after they were produced in court. The shooting took place on the night of the 23rd of March and claimed the life of the chairman of the Ratgama Pradesh Sabha and injuring 2 others. The suspect, who was arrested yesterday at the homicide, is to be produced in court today. Speaking at a public meeting in Bibila, Minister of Irrigation Vijay has said that certain people whose objective was to take away the Sri Lanka Freedom Party were shattered with the passing of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution.
Some of these people were waiting out of greed to see how they can take away this party once it crumbles into pieces. We weren't allowed to gather our party members. We protected the party, its members, and assured an SLFP for the future. Do you understand the immeasurable reforms that were made in the 19th Amendment? There is an opposition today. The opposition has a voice. Even within the ruling party, the voice of the opposition reigns. We sat beside the ruling party and screamed, from one side at the Prime Minister and from the other at Vijayadasa Rajapaksa. We were able to include the factors of democracy into this. We managed to force it in and make it more elegant. That is the duty of the opposition. No matter where we are, we have been able to do that.
A media briefing was convened by the Sri Lanka Mahajana Paksha to express their stance on the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. We as the Mahajana Party worked against Maithripala Sirisena and worked towards the victory of Mahinda Rajapaksa, but following the election result, there were several interests the Mahajana Party had in the election manifesto they put forward. Especially the establishment of commissions, amendments to the electoral system, amendments to the new constitution were certain things that our party always stood for. And we were hoping that through the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, that the powers of the executive presidency will be abolished as proposed. So we are happy and express our gratitude to all the public representatives who supported and voted in favor of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. But we do not see a reduction of powers in the executive presidency as we expected.
අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වුණු තරමටම විධායක ජනාධිපති ධූරේ බලතල අඩුවීමක් දක්නට ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ.
Is this your first draft that was formulated by you?
Oh no, as I said, an initial draft was done long before the elections.
On whose wish was the amendment drafted? President or the Prime Minister?
The whole thing was based on the election manifesto.
19th Amendment, will it be a success story?
Well, I hope so. I cannot predict the future.
Do you think Sri Lanka, 19th Amendment to the Constitution, there is some sort of international interference?
The inside story on the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, Sunday at 9:30 p.m. on MTV Sports.
The Department of Meteorology forecasts that thunder showers may develop at several places inland during the afternoon and will spread to the coastal area, extending to the western and northwestern area. Heavy rains also affected several areas in the country.
A heavy downpour in Hatton last evening flooded several houses and shops in Dikkoya. Rainfall in the Anuradhapura town hindered transportation in the area. A fire had broken out in a high-voltage electricity cable last night in the Anuradhapura town. Our correspondent said that a car in the vicinity was badly damaged. The incident also resulted in a power outage for several hours in Anuradhapura. The fire was contained by the fire extinguishing units of the Anuradhapura Municipal Council.
21 more Sri Lankans who were in Nepal arrived in the island early this morning. Media spokesperson of Lanka Airlines, Deepal Pereira, said that a special aircraft left for Nepal last evening with aid to those affected by the earthquake. He added that the group of Sri Lankans arrived in the island at 12:15 this morning aboard a Lanka Airlines flight. In more local news, a 4-year-old girl drowned after she had fallen into a lake in the Kandekalewata area in Lindula. The office of the police media spokesperson said that the incident occurred when the parents of the girl had left her at a relative's house and had left for work. A local in the area who had witnessed the girl fall into the stream had rescued her and admitted her to the Lindula hospital. The police said that the girl passed away thereafter. The body of the 4-year-old girl has been sent to the Nuwara Area General Hospital for the post-mortem examination, while the police are conducting investigations into the incident. A book penned by Shakti TV journalist Uma Chandra Prakash was unveiled at the auditorium of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited last evening.
The book, which includes articles on history, archaeology, arts, biology and culture, is titled Pettagam. The book has been published by the Veerasekare Institution. The event was held under the auspices of the Chief Lecturer of the Kopai Teaching School, S. Laliat. Professor Vasanta Arasaratnam, Vice-Chancellor of the University of Jaffna, was the chief guest of the event. Senior journalist and writer Anina Lashmi Razdurai was the guest of honour at the event. The first copy of the Pettagam book was presented to the chairman of the Sri Lanka Women's Union, Neela Dayabaran.